Hi friends, as you know, we have been talking here about some personality skills which are very useful for a pleasant, effective, lovable, successful person. These are simple tips, and I have not gone into too much of a detail, and I have learned it from over a period of time, and many of them have not been successfully been able to implement myself, but I do feel that they are very important, and anybody one of you, if you can really implement it and be make it part of your character, I'm sure they are very useful. You must have seen quite a few my tips earlier in my channel. Today I will talk about the communication skill, basically how to speak. What I have observed is that we have to ideally speak minimum or not to speak, and speak only when you get space, when you have to speak, and when you get an opportunity. So don't jump, but that is basic. Now, how how to speak? First, keep your tone low, not too low, but at least not in high pitch. Don't force your voice. If you have content, people will listen, and if they don't listen, it is okay. But whenever you speak, speak in a reasonably balanced tone. Don't overemphasize or overimpose your voice. Then be brief as far as possible. Short sentences, take a pause. Gandhiji was hardly a good speaker. In fact, he was a bad speaker, he was a bad writer. And writings are also very bad, as I know. But the content was so powerful that even with long pauses, people were just waiting for him to speak. So it is not necessary that you shout and you forcefully throw your words, but speak in a reasonable tone, speak with spaces, use as far as possible short words and short sentences, and then give time for the next sentence. Let people think on it. Let you think also on it. Because if you blubber, if you start just speaking, then you will lose your concentration and people will lose interest in you. And what you speak will be of no value. Another important point is try to speak clearly, as clear as possible. You can develop this skill. Most of the time, we just eat up our last words. We do not speak very clearly from A to Z. Matlab, we will not speak in the same pitch of a sentence. Mostly we'll just gulp the final letters or words as if the other person will already understand. I think that is not the right way. You must speak very clearly, complete sentence. There should not be any, lowness at the end or in the beginning. So clear voice, short sentences, and right tone. Now, when you are speaking to a slightly bigger audience, you should have your tone higher, because if you speak too low in that case, it may not be audible, it may not be effective. So you have to speak in a slightly higher pitch when you are on a stage or where there are quite a few people around you. Then speak empathetically, emphasize firmly, not arrogantly. But people should feel that what he says, he is convinced about it, and there is a meaning about it. So speak with some authority, not to really drive every time and overimpose on others, but yeah, it should be seen that what you are speaking has a sense. You are not just speaking like that. And that's why it is important that you take a pause and speak clearly, shortly, and empathetically. Most of us are very weak in this. We shout on each other, we jump over other people's sentences, we just try to prove ourselves forcefully. Now, these over a period of time, I think these are not good characteristics, or at least you are an average man, but you can't make a difference. A person can be different only when he develops a fine skill of communication. So, this we are talking about oral communication. The same will apply to even the written communication, but at least oral communication, the tone and the space is very important. And I believe that if you speak in this way, people will be ready to hear you. During your presentation, also, be clear in your approach when you are discussing in your job during a presentation or whatever. You put up your points in a very precise, clear tone, and not just speed up your things. So, very simple, and you must have heard a lot about this skill of communication, but this is very simple characteristic which I myself has observed, and I'm trying to do it. May not be as successfully as possible, but it is very critical, and you will remember that you will find yourself a very cool, firm, nice person, a pleasantly accepted person, an effective person. In wherever you go, you will make a sense and comfortable. So thank you very much for watching this simple things, and do subscribe to my channel, which is P channel. We continue to talk about the personality skills and other subjects. Do like it and do share it. All the best and have a nice talk. Thank you.